Tel to Intel to Verizon 5G built for gamers. We have the one and only making it happen. Mark Chang. Let's get it on, son. Let's get it on. So look, I'm going to tell you right now, we're going to start it out like this. Like, looking at your resume, you've been in this game for a very long time. So the way we're going to start this interview out, what got you into gaming in the first place? I'm talking about when you was a kid, everything. Like, what got you into gaming and led you into the esports world in the first place?
Yeah, no, I've been gaming since as long as I can remember, but I'm going to tell you the moment that changed my life in gaming is I was on a field trip and we were at the museum and these kids were playing this game. And I was like, what is that? It looked like different from everything else. It was Street Fighter 2 at the time, not the Champion Edition or the World Edition. It was just the original Street Fighter 2. And it looked like nothing else. It didn't have just one button, it had 6 buttons. And then it was just absolutely amazing. I actually got to have dinner with the founder of Capcom when I was out in Japan a couple of years ago. And I was geeking out with him. I was like, you're the, one of the coolest people I've ever met in the industry. How did you make that happen? Right.
Wow.
That was game changing for me. It was Street Fighter 2. And then it was Mortal Kombat. I grew up in Chicago, so that was the hometown of Mortal Kombat. In fact, my martial arts instructors were the digitized characters in the game. So Danny and Tony, they were my martial arts instructors. And I'm like,
that's crazy.
You're Johnny Cage, you're Kung Lao. Like, this is amazing. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Fighting games my jam ever since I was as long as I can remember. So yeah, that's my jam.
Bro, that's sick. Like, off camera, we got to learn more about that story. Like, that right there is sick. So let's get right into it, man. E3, when y'all came to E3 and spoke about what y'all doing in the world of gaming and esports with the Verizon brand and that big push, what's the goal going forward, like, immediately right now with the push for 5G esports? How is Verizon in particular looking to change the game for everybody that's playing games?
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's a couple different, we call them like pillars or different things that we're doing. So the first thing is right around the technology, right? So there's what you would see and then there's behind the scenes. So I'll kind of touch on both of those. So what you're seeing is with 5G and getting, more and more widespread across more markets, ultra wideband plus nationwide 5G, that is delivering for gamers ultra low latency, faster download speeds, and also new usages that you couldn't get on, say, like a mobile device before. So like on your phone or your tablet. I'll give an example. Like, we did the first Wild Rift tournament. So that's mobile League of Legends, the first one in the US with Riot, with Twitch. And we actually had them playing on our 5G, but they were also streaming from the same phones. So the phones they weren't plugged into anything. They weren't tethered. They were going over our 5G network and we're playing the game competitively. So we had, pro league players versus celebrities going head to head, and we were streaming the gameplay from the phone. So normally you'd have a capture device, but this was going straight through the network, all on the same phone. So things that you just weren't able to do before, we're bringing that to realization. We did a cool activation with Myth a little while back with Fortnite, and he was playing on his phone. He got back-to-back dubs on his phone on Fortnite, and with Fortnite you can play on your phone, console, and PC, and you're all competing against each other, and that was something that really wasn't possible even just a year ago, right? So you got to have the right games, the right hardware, and then you have to have the right network to bring that all together. So that's on the player facing side. We're already doing all of that work. And then on the back end, we're also working with developers to optimize for mobile edge compute.
Yes.
So what that is you've heard of cloud computing, right? Where everything's on a server and it goes to your, your phone or your console. With edge, you're actually taking it right next to the player. So you're taking it to the edge and you're taking elements of the game that, right to the edge so that you have the lowest possible latency that you can have, right? So those are the things where there's with the players and also behind the scenes to really optimize your gameplay so that, again, lower latency, faster downloads. So instead of waiting, do you ever have that moment where you're like, oh, I gotta play with my friends, but then you have to patch?
Of course, everybody. Come on, you already know how that is, bro. Yeah, it's annoying.
So instead of like, everybody's waiting for you, or they're like, we're gonna go ahead, right? And if you're playing a battle royale, good luck. That's the rest of your night. But with super fast downloads with 5G, it's like, hey, I'm just gonna grab a drink. I'll be ready. Like my game will be uploaded and ready to go when I get back, right? So it's a real game changer. All puns intended.
That's crazy, bro. So now one of the things I want to talk to y'all about is a lot more activations that you're doing. And this right here was one of the standouts, even at E3, when y'all talked about the more of the community aspect, the investment with the $1 million and just trying to change things there. So what I want to ask you, and like if you could tell me this, in practice, what has the energy been like in different schools and just different places that you're visiting now, getting more of the mobile gaming, launching in different schools and seeing what people are saying and how they are developing within this 5G world in the gaming space.
So that there's a lot there. So let me just unpack one piece at a time. So let me just talk about the Game Forward scholarship, if that's cool. So I'll start with that. And one of the things that for me, my motto for as long as I've been in this space is whenever you show up, you have to deliver value to the community, right? Like you got to make an impact. You got to deliver value. It's not about, just showing up, but it's about making a change for the better wherever we go, right? And every company I've worked with, that's the motto. And that's the way that and that's why I'm at Verizon actually, is because of that, those values are ingrained with Verizon. So when we were working with, we actually started working with Twitch and community on the HBCU Esports League. So we're the founding partner for season 1 and then continuing forward as well. And that was about raising money so that more HBCUs can have STEM labs and esports labs on their campuses, right? And so when we got this opportunity, we said, hey, what's in the infrastructure that we have? And how do we connect it so that we can make a bigger splash, right? So instead of doing a one-off, we're going to take all the different things that we have, we're going to put it together, and we're going to, kind of like Dragon Ball reference, right? Like we're going to make a bigger fireball, so we get the maximum impact. So what we did was we took the Future Fund, which is a fund that we announced a while back that elevates women in entertainment, technology, and gaming. So we took that, and then also the work that we're doing with HBCUs, and we really put that together so that we can have something that's got longevity, high impact, and then just continues forward. So the way that it works is like, we said, hey, we have to make this last, right? That's really important. And so we said, hey, we're going to start out with 5 HBCUs. Each school is going to have 5 women as a team. So instead of just individuals, you actually have a team, and you have that support structure. You have all the camaraderie that comes with a team. So we're building a team, not just individuals. Then we said, hey, we can't stop there. We're going to set up a lab. And it's like lab sounds kind of like, kind of a little bit nerdy, right? But that's where you play.
Yeah, but that's what it is, though. It's so good.
That's where you compete. But that's where you learn too, right? So it's not just the players that get to use it, but the rest of the school gets to use it too. And then can we bring in some of the other, high school students that we have through our VIL program to also get educated with these facilities, right? So even like a star athlete that you normally see, like they don't come with like a football field or a new basketball stadium, but these women are coming with their own like stadium, right? They get their own facilities. So we're delivering as a whole package, and then working with ourselves and then our partners to say, hey, how do we continue to grow them into leaders over time with internships, right? So it's this complete end-to-end process, and that's the way that we're looking at it, right? So that's the Game Forward scholarship. So the why is just as important as the what, and how do we make it like just impactful going forward? That's the way that we always like to come at at these at the communities, is how do we do the most long term?
Yo, I got you. That's big time. That's big time, son. So now
I'm a little bit excited about that. I hope you can tell.
I'm excited too, because like I'm excited too, because like real talk, like even when I came in the industry from a professional standpoint, all the way back in 2008, this is literally things that I've been like fighting for out the gate, like day one. So to see this, it's like, all right, cool. This is amazing. Game forward. Now, how do we make it last instead of it being something that's just temporary? And that's what I love about your direction and the investment in it. So I'm hyped too, bro. Like, let's get it. So now the next thing I gotta ask you, we're gonna deviate a bit, because this is Hot 97. So I gotta ask you, bro, what's some of your favorite hip hop like artists, man? You know what I'm saying? Some of your favorite hip hop songs or something like that. Talk to me, break it down, bro.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna disappoint you a little bit here. I got a kindergartner at home, so my playlist is his playlist these days. So I apologize, man. Like, hit me back up in like a year or so, and then I'll get you a full on playlist.
All right, cool. I got you. I'm gonna hold you to that. So
hold me to that.
So now my next question to you is, and this is more from a mobile gaming standpoint. So, in your opinion, what would you like to see going forward in the mobile game side of the industry in terms of the usage of 5G? The reason why I'm saying this is because if you look at Xbox, right, they don't, it's not just about Game Pass, they also have X Cloud, like, you know what I'm saying? And then PlayStation, they got PlayStation Now, and I know they're going to be moving into more mobile stuff as well that they already talked about. So my question to you, especially with 5G, how is 5G in the whole Verizon team going to help enhance a lot of the games that's coming from the X Cloud and the PlayStation side of things, like Stadia, all this other stuff? Exactly. Like how is 5G about to take that to the next level, being a conduit to help everyone else out?
Yeah, no, I think you're totally asking the right questions. So I think in mobile gaming, there's kind of like two sort of, there's not just two, but there's two really big growth patterns, right? One is you're getting a lot more competitive play on mobile. Right.
Okay.
So you're seeing that everywhere around the world, with coming out of Asia and China and India, like the mobile competitive scene is actually bigger than the PC or the console competitive scene. That's just a matter of time before that grows here in the US and in Europe as well. So we see that as a really big trend, is competitive, and you're seeing more games like Wild Rift, COD Mobile, PUBG Mobile.
Yes.
And they just announced Valorant Mobile, so I'm super psyched about that. So all these games that are built for competition, you have to have like super low latency, right? Like if you can get single digit pings, like that's the holy grail, right?
Yeah,
like if you can get that anywhere you go, that's a holy grail for mobile gaming. The second part is exactly what you said, is like all the different cloud, and we talked about the edge compute for a little bit, which I'm not going to geek out too much about that, but ultimately it doesn't even matter then, like if you are on a console PC or on your phone or tablet, then it's the same experience end to end. So you're like, I'm playing at home in my game room or whatever, or you're on your couch, then you're like, I'm picking up the same game on my commute to work or to school. And then at school, which you should be studying, don't be doing all this other stuff. But just say you have a free minute, with 5G, you're able to also just play, if you're not doing your schoolwork, on campus or something like that, or like during your lunch break. And then if you're traveling, like if you're going through an airport, or if you're at an event or a convention or something, it's really being able to take that end to end seamlessly from your home to wherever you're going, and then you don't have to worry about it, right? So like those of us that have gamed for years, like you kind of like, I have my home experience and I have my on the go experience, but what if that was one and the same?
Wow.
Right? So that's the holy grail. That's the actualization of gaming on 5G, is just not having any of those limits that we're used to, that we grew up with.
That's it. Yo, that's sick. Yo, I got some banging questions coming up for you right now. So are you ready for this? Are you ready?
Let's do this.
All right, let's go. So the question that I got for you is, next year, PlayStation VR 2 is dropping. And from what I hear, there's going to be a lot of games that's even running in the cloud that you'll be able to do in VR. So are you telling me that with 5G, we can even have like VR experiences at a level where they're actually playable? Like, are you telling me this, bro?
Yeah, absolutely. VR, AR, like traditional games, stuff like that. I got my box over here from my first PlayStation VR. It's right here. So I feel you when we're talking about the VR, the VR stuff. So absolutely. And I think that's the actualization, right? It's like, it's just taking down those limits, right? Because I think what we do is we silo ourselves, we limit ourselves. We're like, this is my experience here, this is my experience there. Whereas with, like AR, for instance, which I really like, is like, how does the real world and the digital world just melt? Like it just becomes one, right? So if you're catching Pokemon, or if you're like on a mission, or, like some of those, some of those games allow you to just really play in the real world. Like those are the things that are being actualized for sure.
Wow. So, oh my gosh, bro. So my next major question for you right now, and I really think it'll be very wise and smart if y'all did this. But do you think that Verizon, as a brand and the gaming division behind Verizon, do you think that y'all will get into the role of publishing games? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so,
and I think, bro, I'm telling you, it'll be out of this world. Talk to me about that. Have y'all even thought about it?
Yeah, so I think it's I'm not saying no, but I'm also saying, I don't think there's anything in the works that can really be shared about that, because I think, we have a lot of really good partners. Like we have, like you saw in the keynote, we've done really good work with Riot, EA, Epic, and they're the best of the best at this, and other partners as well. They're the best at this in the world, right? So I think job one is to make sure that trifecta of the game, the hardware, and the connectivity all come together, so that the players, the fans, the viewers, like get that experience. And if we want to, grow from there, not counting it out.
Okay, that's fair. I respect it. That's fair. So I got a couple more questions, bro, and then I'm gonna let you go. So now my next question, this to me right here, I think is a different approach from a Verizon standpoint. So you have Verizon in the games, you got Verizon Wireless, you got all these different departments in Verizon, and I've personally visited the 5G labs out here in New York and stuff like that, right? So I've been there. I was there like a while ago, so I'm not sure if there's a lot of things that has changed since I've been there. But here's my question to y'all. I know there's a 5G labs in New York, obviously. There's a 5G labs in LA. Is the plan to continue to build out and grow out different like 5G labs, like literally globally around the world, so that Verizon can actually be like an official gaming hub for everybody to be a part of?
Yeah, so I don't know if the 5G labs are necessarily all just going to be sort of the hubs. Like I would think them as, like, I think the term lab really makes a lot of sense, right? Like, I mean, obviously, right? But like think of it as a lab, right? Like they're really smart people in there creating new experiences that then get just amplified everywhere, right? So what they do is they actually create things that have never been done before. And then how do you go to the rest of the world and be able to deliver that? So we have to get you out to the LA lab. So you've been in the New York one, but we got to get you out to the LA lab, because we have Team Dignitas, and they are officed, and they practice, and they compete out of that lab, right? So they have their streaming stations in the lab, so they create content. In fact, they just did a cool keynote. I think it was like an 8K, right, in our virtual studio. And those are the things we're doing, like proof of concepts that then can be delivered to Hollywood and to TV production. So that's really the purpose of the labs, is to create things that have never been done before, and then get that out there for everybody to experience. And we have a top LCS team and a top women's Valorant team in our labs to make sure that what we're doing is on point.
Wow, bro, dude. I gotta go. Like, yo, I'm serious. Like, I gotta go and see this, bro.
We'll set it right up for you.
That is insane. Yo, like, cause see, let me tell you something real quick. I get emotional on these types of things because my grandmother, rest in peace, my grandmother taught me how to play video games when I was 4. So everything that I do in the gaming industry, every barrier I break, everything that I'm a part of, it all ties back to my grandma. So just hearing everything that you had to say to me today, just the answers to the questions, just everything, it means a lot more to me, especially than you know, bro. So I didn't even know that the labs was going that deep, that far.
Yeah.
So this is just, it means a lot to me, man. I'm so serious, man. So I got 3 more questions, then I'll let you go.
Right.
Then I'll let you go. Woo! This is fire. So the next question that I got for you right now, bro. PlayStation or Xbox? Which one you go with? If you had to choose one, PlayStation or Xbox, what you rock with?
All right. Nobody at Microsoft get mad at me, but I have had every PlayStation since the beginning of PlayStation. So I'm just saying I've had every PlayStation. All right. So I'm answering, but not answering your question. But I have owned every PlayStation since the beginning, including PlayStation VR. So
got you. All right, cool. So
take it for what it is.
All right. So we got that out the way. Now, my next question is this, right? What's something that or like what company that because I see y'all do a lot of experiential stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like y'all was at the Super Bowl, you know what I'm saying? Fortnite, like I see y'all do so many other things. What's the next game or the next company that like you hope you'll be able to collaborate with and do something major with?
Yeah, so I think the sort of the 3 there's 3 or 4 big ones that we're working with, and it's for us it's about going deeper and doing more, right? Like that's the whole thing, right? Like even that example of the scholarship program, you can kind of see where our mind is at. We don't just like buzz in and then buzz out. Like so our partnership with Epic, right? That was something that's never been done before, right? The work that we're doing with Riot, like we're when we went in on Valorant, we actually said, hey, we have to make the North America, Valorant community better. What do we do to do that? So that's why we landed on Game Changers and things like that. So it's about like how do we take like a traditional partnership, but like just throw it on its head so that we're going super, super deep, right? Like the Wild Rift tournament, nobody's ever done that before, and all of that, right? It's about the why, right? Like it comes back to why are we doing this, right? When we built the Fortnite stadium with Epic, and partnering with the NFL, it was we can't all be together the way that we would love to be during the Super Bowl. How do we give a gift to the community? And that was the whole thing. That was our North Star. We're giving a gift to the community, and we're doing this in a way that it's never been done before. So you're going to see that with our partnership with Epic, with Riot, EA, Niantic. You're going to see it's really about going deeper. It's about getting those things that have never been done before, but it's all about the players, the community, and the fans. If we're not doing right by the players, then we're not doing it right. Like that's the long and the short of it.
Yo, man, I love that, man. I love that. Before I go into my final question, I want to thank you for real, because I'm the kind of person where I took time out to look at your history. Like, you know what I'm saying? Your time with Intel, your time with Mattel, and just things that you've, done over the years. So I just want you to know that you're appreciated, man. Anybody that comes to my show, you know what I'm saying? Hot 97, Logitech G, like everybody that's with Hip Hop Gamer, man, is family. I love you, and I'm thankful for all that you've done because it led you here, and I'm honored to be able to speak to you and share this moment with you. So I just want you to know I mean that, man, and thank you, man. Your work does not go unappreciated over here. So I just want to tell you, that. Man. For real.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much for having us, because it's I'm just excited to be here. Like I said, all my friends are jealous. So that's all
right, but that's cool.
That in and of itself is worth it.
Let's get it. So now for the final question, right? I asked everybody, this question, and I think it's very important. So what was a moment in your life where you felt like you was at your lowest, but you found strength in that moment that allowed you to be successful today?
Yeah, no, I think that's that's a deep question. So I'm gonna give you a real answer. So this is for you and your viewers and watchers is one Friday afternoon, I was driving on the freeway in LA. I was working at Mattel at the time, going to school at night. And I got hit in the head with a stray bullet.
What?
Like in right here. So it got lodged right above my head. And that was a low point. Let's be honest there. That was a low point. But I think, I'll make it concise is that, I'm very thankful I survived. I can still play video games, all that good stuff. But it allowed me to slow down and really, have reasons for what I'm doing. Right. So like I've been hugely blessed that I have had a career where I could do cool things, in toys, comics, anime, movies, TV shows, gaming, and esports. Hugely blessed, but it's all about why we're doing things and not just what we're doing. So that's my story.
Yo, this is why I ask those questions. This is why I do what I do. Yo, bro, obviously I never knew that. The audience that's going to hear this never knew that, but you have no idea the level of inspiration that you just shared. One of the things that I want to let you in on, I have a program called Gaming and Guidance, and we impact the community all day, every day. Been doing it since 2017, paired up with Logitech and my peoples over at Craft Keepers Inc. And I'm going to tell you right now, man, I take clips like these and share it with people. I share it with kids. I share it with so many people because it's easy to like give up and feel like there's nothing left. You know what I'm saying? It's easy. But I'm going to tell you right now, man, you're a blessing, bro. Thank you so much for sharing that. You're a blessing, and I'm honored to know you and have you on here, man. The way we're going to wrap this up, bro, we're going to end it on a fun note.
All right.
Because we're talking about gaming and esports, we all know Verizon got competitors out there, such as T-Mobile and AT&T, all this other stuff. What's up? Like, if they came at y'all like, yo, you know what I'm saying? We want to battle Verizon in a tournament or stuff like that. What's going to happen? Talk to me, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, what Verizon going to do if T-Mobile and all these other companies try to get at you in a game battle? What's up? Talk to me, son.
You know what? I'll just make it simple, right? It's all about being faster. You just got to be quick. You got to be faster. Long and short of it.
Yo, that's it. You know what I'm saying? They can do whatever they want to do, but they ain't as fast as us. You know what I'm saying? And if you look at the background, what does it say? Built for gamers. And when you see that check, it's letting you know that that's the correct way to connect. Let's get it popping. You know what I'm saying? So look, y'all, I got the one and only Mark Chang in the building, representing Verizon, the head of esports and gaming. Is there anything you want to say to the fans before we get out of here, bro?
I just thank you. Thanks for letting us do what we do, and we'd love to do it. So thank you.
Much love. So on that note, it's the one and only hip hop gamer, Logitech G, on your hot 9-7 every day. That's my word. God bless y'all. See y'all later. Peace.